Hello, welcome to my second JavaScript tutorial. This tutorial basically shows you how to display an image on the screen and then hide that image. Okay, we have a link here. So when we click that, it shows an image and dynamically changes to hide image. And then when we click the same area to hide the image, you see that it goes back to show image and then the image itself disappears. Okay, so how do we do this? Alright, here, let me show you the code. Okay, so here we declare our style sheet. So I have a div here, cleverly named div. Div, okay, I don't need this. But here's another div called img, short form for image. I have it positions absolutely from the top 50% of the screen, and then left 50% of the screen, and then margin left and margin top. Basically puts the image right smack in the middle of the browser. This number is how I get this number is take the width of your image and then divide it by 2, and then take the height of the image and then divide it by 2. Always have your negative in front. Okay, so here we have our div right here. Okay, within that div we have two links that are going nowhere, indicated by the hash. Okay, the hash simply says just stay on the same page. Okay, alright, so we have an ID of show and an ID of hide. We have two onClick events. One says show image. The onClick event, the first one calls the function show image, and then the second one calls the function hide image, and then we have their text. Okay, and then we have an image tag. And then for the source of the image tag, we have this. This, for the source, can be dynamically populated. You could have an array. You can pull it from the database and then fill this up. And then it has an ID of img. If you recall from the style sheet, here's img, which is positioned right in the center of the viewing page, or the browser rather. Okay, so now on to our JavaScript code. Again, as mentioned in my first tutorial, make sure that your form, I like to put anything that I have to do with JavaScript, I always put it at the end, right before the body tag. That way, once the page loads, it loads all the HTML before doing anything with JavaScript. This is to minimize any errors that might pop up, because here, since I have my document get element ID, for the DOM, which is the document object model, I am calling an ID of show. If that ID of show does not exist, it throws an error. So when the page loads, the ID of show comes up, and then when I call it, it's already visible. Okay, that's why I like to put JavaScript at the end of the body tag, right before the end of the body tag. Okay, so first thing we do, we gather all IDs and set them as variables. So that way I don't have to type document that get element by ID. So I have three variables, excuse me, with their IDs. One is for the show, for this anchor right here, for the show image, hide for the hide image, and then img for the image tag itself. Okay, then the next thing we have is here in the comment says hide the image link and the image when the page loads initially. So in other words, when the page loads initially, we don't want to see this anchor tag where it says hide image. We don't want to see that, and the image itself, we don't want to see that. We only want to see that when we click it to see it. Okay, so here are two functions. So the first function is, we call it show image, appropriately named. So what it says is show.style.display. So the style is, so basically what this says is take the ID of show, the style of it, and then within that style the display property of it. We want that, oh, excuse me, wrong one. We want that to show or to hide. That's why we put a none here. See, hide the show image link. And then we want the image itself to show. This is a way to show the image by saying display equals to block. Block means just show the whole image itself. And we want the link also to show. So for the function, the second function, hide image basically does the opposite of what show image does. So anything that you say show in here, you say hide. So here we have show block. Okay, show the show image link again, and then hide the image, and then hide the hide image link. And then we have return false, return false. What this does, it tells JavaScript everything that you have to process it within the same page. Do not go to another page. Okay, this is different from the hash. The hash simply just tells it, okay, I need an anchor. Okay, so again, let's go back to the page. This is what it does. Show image, hide image, show image, hide image. Okay, so if we go back to our code, like I said, here for the source can be dynamically populated. I could have an array of, let's say, 20 images, you know, and then have it toggle through those entries of the array and then put them in here, so which will act like, you know, you can have it somewhat like a gallery. Okay, anything that I try to do in JavaScript, I try to do with hardcore JavaScript. I'm not really a big fan of all the prettiness, you know, all the sliding, whatever. You know, I try not to use libraries, because I feel that if you use libraries, you don't really learn the hardcore of it. But that's just my opinion. Some people might disagree. Okay, so that's the end of my tutorial. If you have any questions, send me a message. And please subscribe and give me some ideas for JavaScript. If I can do it, I'll show it to you guys. I try to explain it as easy as possible. Okay, thank you very much, and have a safe July 4th weekend. Okay, bye bye.